right. So I wanted to show this to you guys because as I've been saying for a little bit now, I don't use cameos when I fight anymore, right? And the reason why I don't is because they're lame. I don't like it, right? It feels like, you know, they got a whole bunch of, you know, drunk people to design an assist system, and it's just all over the place. You know, they had no concept of what they were doing other than just basically taking the brakes off the entire vehicle and just going, all you got to do is just press the pedal, that's it, right? When you look at other assist games, you can see that the care that they've gone into, including games which are coming out which are actually 2v2, like Project L's fighter, like the Project L game by Riot, where they absolutely go, yes, need to make sure that all of this stuff is balanced and everything like that. A lot of other good assist games out there, like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is really good as well. And that's an old game too now, but MK, like NetherRealm, I don't think they know what they're doing. But I don't use it, and I don't win all the time. I did say I do win, but I didn't say I won every time, right? But I do win against people. And the reason why I do this is very simple. Partly because I'm stubborn, because I don't like the cameo system at all. I find it annoying. I find it cheap. So I don't use it. And I thought, okay, I'm going to, when I fight, I'm just going to play as if I'm playing a 1v1. I know it puts me at a disadvantage. I know I don't sit there and learn 400, 500, 600 damage combos, but I play in my style. Now, the guy that you're just about to see, right, who I won with this match, Hampter, he is, I met this dude, he's really cool. I met him in last season, and I think he was Elder God when I came up against him, and he just kept wiping the floor with me. And he was doing it again, right? You can see there was a whole bunch of losses there, right? But I've played a lot since then, and I was able to come back, and I was actually able to beat him, and I was so excited because I could do it. Because this guy doesn't play like the atypical people you come across. Even though he's using smoke, he's very much a scrapper. So he knows a couple of the biggish combos, but he doesn't play like what most people I did. And I remember when I first fought him back in last season, I got on the mic and said, dude, that was awesome. Even though I lost, I got creamed, you know? And I was actually like, at one point, I'm like, man, I can't get around this. There's nothing I can do, you know? So you'll see, like, and the reason why I'm going to show this is because this is how I play. This is how I play when it comes to any fighting game. I find, you know, like with other fighting games, like I can go through, obviously you get your mains, right? But and the general premise for me is this. This is why I don't like tier lists. Because then what it does is it herds people towards a sort of a certain mentality of thinking, oh, these are the best characters, these are crap, don't ever touch them, right? Then the metrics will show that, oh, nobody likes them because some, you know, apparently like professionals think this is the way it should be. My premise when it comes to fighting games should be this. You should be able to choose any character, given enough time and understanding, be able to become extremely proficient with that character. Now, I went with Reiko because he looks like a badass. I haven't seen him since the 3D era games. And I just chose him not for any other reason other than, yeah, man, I hope he's got his ninja stars. That was literally my first thought, right? I probably said it in previous videos, you know, as well, because that was just it. I'm like, yeah, man, that's what I want. So I chose him. And I started to sort of learn his moves and a couple of small combos. And then over the course of the time, especially with Combat League or playing very hard, I got to understanding and using him, right? But this is how I fight every time I play a fighting game, right? I learn the character's special moves, right? I might know some of their like standard attacks, like how good is a high kick, knock them out of the air, that sort of thing, right? And then I will then learn a couple of their combos, like some of the 3 hitters, maybe 4 hitters, depending on what they got. And then I'll go from there. Generally, I'm an old schooler, so I don't mind like jumping, right? I can usually sort of jump and sort of connect things. So I always like to see, can I connect the jump kick and shuriken throw? Can I do a jump kick and his like slide? Can I do a jump kick and do his slide grab? You know, so I think about that sort of stuff. And you can actually do a jump kick, which is with B, I don't know what that was, 4. If I do a jump kick with 4, I can actually do his drop, like, you know, that command grab that he does. I can actually, I'm that fast with it, I can actually do a jump kick, grab him, and then do the drop. What was it, Tombstone drop? No, that's not it. Something that was Cabal's name of the move or something. Anyway, it doesn't matter. From Armageddon. So regardless, but this is how I fight. I don't sit there and do these gigantic strings. Right? Now, I'm not saying if I came up against dude or other people, I'm going to be winning, you know, every time. Let's get that censorship filter on. Just in case. Right? Everyone's like changing the color of the screen. And I'm just like, nah, bro. Let's make it really nice. Let's make it sexy. Okay? Let's make it sexy. Okay? So we got in on the first round on that one. Alright. Now, what's funny, this is the... pause that. No one looks at Reiko's ass, right? What's really funny, and I covered a video on this, is that all the, you know, the professionals that demand they get lots of money and go to these tournaments. Apparently, they need a whole ass fight to figure out somebody's playstyle. I figure it out in the first round. I can see all the things that they're heavy and leaning into, right? I can also detect cheaters. Because what'll happen is, I'll, like, sufficiently beat them first round. The next round, it's like they've passed their controller to someone else. Suddenly, they're doing like 400 or 500 damage strings. That's it. Like, it's literally like they've just completely given their controller to someone else. And they haven't, it's because they're cheating. Right? And they're not sitting there just trying to feel me out, right? Because we had the first round, you know, there, and they weren't doing any of that stuff. This is what the cheaters do. They do this so that way recordings don't make it look like they're instantly launching straight into it. There are tutorials on YouTube that teach you what to do to fool the game and whoever might be watching it into going, oh, that looks like you're actually legitimately pressing every button. Go look it up yourself. It's not hard. Anyway, so he got first round on me, right? And as I said, like you saw, we got matched up 3 times in a row in Combat League. It was pretty cool. You'll notice I never, ever, ever use my cameo. Unless it's in a throw. Like, so if you do the forward throw and she comes out and that's it. Right? Never use them. So this dude got to Elder God status. Right? I think he was using smoke last time as well. He got to Elder God status. Couldn't beat him. I think I got 1 round maybe in first season against him, right? I think he's like from Sweden or something. I don't know. He's got a European accent. And so I was so stoked because I consider this guy a high level player, right? He knows all these moves. He knows what he's doing. And I'm like, yeah, I was so happy that I was able to, in this particular fight, outskill him. That's what I want. Yes, every time we get online with any game where it's going against other people, what you're trying to do is you're trying to win. But I don't expect to win. It's just, at the very least, I would like to win, but I expect most for it to be fair. That it feels like the game has all the tools and everything available for me that I can sufficiently defend myself. Now, I'm stubborn, so, you know, I get used to, you know, just putting myself into, like, Combat League. I don't know why I shouldn't do it. It stresses the hell out of me, right? But I think there's that stubborn part of me that's like, no, I'm going to show people. I can beat people that are relying, even to a degree, a lot on some of these cameos. And I can beat them just with my standard single character. With a character, might I add, that most people slept on anyway because they were running to the cages, the smokes, you know, the katanas, Melinas, all that sort of stuff. They were all running to that, right? I don't know what happened. How do I get a replay error? Did it literally disconnect from a replay? Wow. Anyway, let's try that again. I think I can speed it up actually. So if I've got the option to speed it up, I'll speed it up through the round, right? So that's how I fight. That's how I do it with every fighting game. It's the only way I play. And I find a lot of enjoyment in that because this is my style of play. This is what I don't think a lot of people understand. And a lot of young people just only copy and paste what other people do. Oh, I'll just do that big combo and then I'll do a couple of those things and that's it. No, none of these people have developed their own style, right? And scrapping is not just one style, it's many styles, right? Because you're trying to adapt and change in what you do. So I jumped in a few times and he was hitting me a lot with uppercuts. So therefore, I would actually... Is this game broke? Oh, there we go. No, there we go. Okay, cool. All right, we're back. So what I would do is I would... Can I... Hang on, there we go. Half speed, 4 times speed. That's crazy, bro. Look at that. Right. So there we go. Hang on. There we go. We'll go back to normal speed. Hopefully it'll be fine now. So then he'll get me on a couple of uppercuts, right? And then, so what I'll go, okay, so he thinks he's figured me out. So then I'm going to throw in a couple of jumps. I'll take the hits. And then when it looks like I'm going to do it again, he might whiff it. Or I'll come in and I'll just overhead and smash him. And then hit him again, right? And then what he'll do is he'll block. And then I'll grab and throw him. Right? I love that psychology when it comes to fighting games. Right? Taking away their tools, getting in their head. And I do all this now without using my cameo. Right? You can successfully beat your opponent without ever relying or needing your cameo. Right? And I've gone up against people who are doing the low hat thing with Kung Lao. You know, obviously Serena's still a bit in the game as well. A couple of people will throw in like Kano. Oh, there we go. He's got the playback error again anyway. Wow. What a absolute rubbish game. Right? But that's how I fight. It's the only way I know how to do it because it's old school for me. And what it means is that I don't need a whole 3 sets or 1 set to figure out, or whatever it is, you know, like 2 or 3 rounds to figure somebody out. I can pick up on how somebody's playing and go, okay, am I going to be able to be good enough to work around that? If they're doing those massive combos, right, and they're waiting for me to make that mistake, sometimes I'll just walk straight into them. I'll just walk in. They'll be waiting for me to throw a projectile, or they'll be waiting for me to, say, do a jump kick or start a combo. I'll just walk right up to them, grab them and throw. They never expect it, right? Because they're conditioned to seeing, oh, this is only the way that these people say you should play. The only way that they're showing how you should play, right? And that's the way I fight. So, anyway, guys, I'll leave it there. Let me know what you think. Catch you next time.